Reverend Lunch Lady here. I'm so glad you're here in the Unicorn Pasture. And I am the founder of Big Happy Love and the Love Advantage, helping smart, single, spiritually conscious women attract meaningful love. And I have a program called Love Muffin. I have a lot of things, but one of my favorite things to do is called Dead Old Lady Secret Recipe Tarot. And I pulled a card this morning. Like, I like to pull a card every day. And I thought, why am I not sharing this with you? So I'm sharing it with you because this is a really powerful card around dating and love. So if you haven't seen me before, I pull from recipes that Dead Old Ladies have given me. And this is very super exclusive signature triple trademarked thing that only I have been blessed with. So I get messages from these recipes, very loving but firm messages from the Lunch Lady Council in the sky. And today's card is so important, especially if you are the kind of woman who wants to have a relationship and you've been wanting it for a long time and you're like, why isn't this happening for me? So it was quite the honesty kind of smack in the butt a little bit. So the recipe is not your typical cards. So sometimes we see this, that they're not typical recipe cards. This is like literally a card, and it's for pecan pie. You can see it has a cardinal in the front, and it says Kentucky style pecan pie, which yum, delicious. Anyway, so the message that I'm getting from this today, so keep in mind, I pull these cards and sometimes I've pulled them before, but I never know what the message was before. It's really in the present moment. What they want you to know today is that if you are single and you want a relationship, it really is time to get off the branch and fly. So what's keeping that from happening? So you may not realize that, you're kind of back against the wall. Really the core part about this message is, being honest with what you're actually wanting versus how you're responding in the world. So this isn't something that you just kind of sit back and hope something will happen. So they're really kind of saying, get over that, sister. Like, if you want to meet someone, you have to meet someone. The challenge here is there are some energetic, emotional things that they're wanting to call out. Whenever there's a pie, we know there's something around boundaries. And, obviously boundaries in relationships are critical. It's important to have those healthy boundaries in life. But the boundary they're showing me right now is more like a very enclosed kind of barrier. So there's either beliefs within you that say, oh, well, what I want probably doesn't exist, or, there's no good ones out there, or, it's just not going to probably happen for me, or I need to wait, or this or that, like something that is really keeping the space of possibility very, very limited. So part of this is the consciousness, the mindset, and part of this is probably fed. So we know there's a foundational thing whenever there's like nuts, and this is pecan pie. It's got that like protein in it, and so that the protein around this, the foundational piece, is usually like a core issue, like a wound, something that really needs to be addressed within. So, it's not surprising that maybe you're not actually energetically putting yourself out there. And if you are like throwing up a profile on an online dating site, if your energy's not there, or you're not making a priority, if you really don't believe anything's going to work out, or you just think, oh, that's all hooey, that's just like for losers or whatever, then that becomes a wall. So the good news is that, as you give attention to the stuff that I'm talking about, the outcome is good. So they're inviting that inner work to clear whatever those wounds are. It may be past relationships, it may be even something from childhood, because we know our relationship patterns are created before the age of 7. So that may be something known or unknown that's keeping you from wanting to kind of open up to love and allow it to come in. So this is really a call, because the bigger message is there's like a thought, an idea that you're doing something to get out there and put yourself out there and meet people. And there's snoring bulldogs underneath me. I can't help that. It's always kids. Anyway, it's that you're putting yourself out there, but you're not. So this is really the thing. Like, if you're kind of like, well, I'm kind of doing this and that, and like, there's just something incongruent here. That there's like, yeah, I'm doing it, and then nothing's happening, but you're actually not really doing it. So like, if you can do these things that I'm talking about in terms of really working with the inner world so that it matches, like your love story is coming through you and magnifying out of you, then the outlook is good and it expands your space of possibility. So I'm not going to lie, there's kind of a lot of layers to this. And if this makes sense to you and you feel like you're that person, if you're really honest with yourself and you're like, well, you know, am I really going to singles events? Am I doing those things I love? Am I hanging out places where, you know, people like me or candidates or men or women, whatever you're seeking, are also hanging out? Are you putting yourself in those spaces, and do you have multiple sort of strategies to connect with people who may be an ideal partner? Are you even speaking your love story? That's another piece that's really powerful, is being able to say, yeah, this really matters to me. And when you can say that from a place of love and excitement and anticipation, then you're expanding that pie plate so big. That's what we're looking for. And then when you expand the pie plate so big, then you have a space to fly, and that you can actually change your experience and fly into a loving relationship. So this was a really important card. And if you're here listening to this, I imagine there's got to be some aspect of this that's for you, because I don't believe that people show up to these things without it having some sort of message for you. So I'm curious, what was the message for you? Will you share with me? I want to know. Comment below or reach out to me, email me, whatever, macy@bighappylove.com. And if you're feeling like this inner piece is really painful for you, a struggle, or lots of fears, or shoot, I don't know what to do in this modern dating world, let's have a conversation, because you may just be a perfect candidate for my program, Love Muffin, which is my VIP 101 coaching program, where we do that healing work that gets to the core so that you can have the kind of relationship you want, because it really is worth it. And time is limited in life. So why not be with your unicorn lover and have the joy and the bliss that comes with that? So reach out to me and we can have a chat to see if, you know, investing in Love Muffin would be a great thing for you or something else. But I want to hear what your aha was. So glad you're here. I'm Reverend Lunch Lady. This is Big Happy Love and the Unicorn Pastor, the Unicorn Wrangler. I can help you find your special person. Thanks for being here. I'm so glad you were here. See you really soon. Okay, bye.